It's me, it's your boy, it's Jake. I'm the Mad Italian, and I'm back to talk about something that I have talked about before in the past. I talked about this before, about a year ago, and I want to talk about it again because it's starting to become relevant again. So, as of recording, the new trailer for the Avatar Last Airbender live action has just come out for Netflix, and it's become a pretty big deal. It's been a big deal for a long time. A lot of time has been going into this project, and we've known about it for a long time. This has been it's been in the back burner for a long time, both just in general in development and also in people's minds, because this is a very important show to a lot of people. And the trailer came out, and yeah, it looks decent. I'm not gonna say it looks bad. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that it looks good. But you're reading the title of this video, and I think you know what my issue is with this. Not just this show, but also with a lot of other of these adaptations as well. Because as I'm watching this, I'm thinking to myself, wow, this all looks really cool. But I've already fucking seen this. So, what's the point? And I have been thinking about this for a while now when it comes to a lot of these adaptations. And the main, let me go ahead and just say the title of the video. Adaptations of anime, animations, anything like that. Any of these types of adaptations, even when they're good, they're still fucking worthless. I still don't like them. Because at the end of the day, what's the point? I watched this trailer, and I recognize all these cool little moments. I recognize all these locations and all this stuff. And I think to myself, okay, yeah, that's great. I saw this already. I've seen all of this. And you're not gonna replicate that same feeling that I had watching the animated version. The original version that was the creator's intention long before, that has already aired and so beloved by so many people. And I really just want to get that out there because I want to understand, why are we so obsessed? Just in general, in media, why are we so obsessed? Mainly with movies and shows, we're so obsessed with wanting to recreate these amazing animated shows, anime and animated shows, into live action. Why? Why are we so invested in that? Why are we so invested to recreate everything and make it so realistic and make it look real? To me, it lacks a lot of creativity. It lacks creativity in just visual design, and also lacks creativity in actually branching out and trying something new. Because at the end of the day, this story is going to be the same, and if they do something different, people are going to be upset. People are going to be pissed if something is different. Look at what happened with the M. Night Shyamalan movie. People didn't like it because he changed too much shit. And the effects were awful, dialogue was awful, the acting was bad. I mean, there's a lot of other things that was going on. And listen, at the same time, I don't want to I don't want to rag on the people that are going to be involved with this show. You know, the actors, I wish them luck. I hope the show goes good. I hope everything, I hope they had a fun time doing it, and I hope the show goes well. But at the same time, I'm not going to fucking watch it. Because it's worthless to me. Because why, what is the point? Do you really think that the live action is going to be able to replicate any of the emotion and the feelings that I had watching the animated version of the show? It's not. It's not going to have that. And yeah, you can get the best effects ever. I saw the effects. The effects do look really cool. But it just pales in comparison to when I see the animation. The animation of the last Agni Kai is not gonna live up to, it will never be, the live action version is never gonna live up to that. If they even make it that far. I don't know if they're gonna do, the entire show. Because I look at these set dressings, and I look at these costumes, and it's akin to seeing a cosplay, you know? I'm a cosplayer and I go to a lot of conventions, so let's just use this comparison for now. When I go to a convention and I see a cosplay of a character that I love, like, you know, you see, like, any type of character that you're very passionate about, you see a cosplay of it, whether it's yourself or someone else you know, you think, wow, that is so cool. But if you see a if you see cosplay of, like Donald Duck, and it's, like, incredibly accurate and all that shit, would you want the entire, the entire cartoon of Donald Duck to be replaced with the cosplayer? No, you wouldn't fucking want that at all. So I just don't understand why we're so obsessed with it. Why are we so obsessed with wanting to recreate all this stuff with, like, these realistic and, like, live action shit? Because I don't get it. It's the same thing with the One Piece adaptation. I bring it up because it's another adaptation that people have said is really good, and people people acclaim about, like, how we finally have, like, a good adaptation and everything. It's such a great show and everything, but what the fuck is the point? Just watch the original fucking show. The fucking original show's still going on. The fucking original anime, the fucking manga's still being written. Like, what's the fucking point of it? And people always tell me, oh, but Oda chose the people. He was behind. I don't give a fuck if Oda was behind it. I don't give a fuck if the original fucking creators were behind the whole thing, because what's the fucking point? You got these high budgets, you got these talented actors, these talented directors, all these people that are getting involved. There's so much money being put into these resources being put into these shows, and what are we getting? We're getting the same fucking thing over again. And it's just the same story. It's not, the motion isn't going to be the same. Maybe it will for the people that, and that's why that's another argument I hear all the time, is that these aren't meant for the people. These aren't meant for the fans. They're not meant for, like, the people that watched it. They're meant for the new people to get them into the world and the universe so that they can watch the original. That's bullshit. Okay, I'd never believe that. If you want to promote the original, there's better ways to do that. You can re-advertise for old shows. I believe that is possible. You don't need to make an entirely new show and dump all money and resources on just a live action version of a thing that already exists just to make one season and then never touch it again. Like, I don't understand any of that, because these adaptations, they keep on trying and trying and trying, and at the end of the day, I would rather see all this money and resources go into a new live-action Avatar show that takes place some other time. Because there's so much potential where they could be going either forward or backward in time. Something like that. Go before Aang. Go after Korra. Something. And it just feels like such a wasted opportunity here. And I hate to be the bad news bearer and just shit all over this whole new thing, because at the end of the day, yeah, it does look good. But we already have something that's so freaking good. It was already, like, Avatar: The Last Airbender is one of the most iconic shows of all time. Everyone loves it. People talk about how much they love it. And it just leaves such a legacy. But at the end of the day, to me, it feels like they're treating the animation and animation in general as a lesser medium. And that's fucking bullshit. Anyone who thinks that way is wrong. And if you know me, I have been a fan of animation my entire life. I have talked about it so intensely throughout so many different, both, like, videos, on video and off video. I love animation, and I want it to be appreciated. And I don't think this is the right way to do it, because recycling these stories just doesn't fit the same way. I don't think they fit the same way. And I'm sure some people are going to bring it up. What about remakes of video games? That's a different story, okay? Because I understand we've been getting a lot of remakes on video games as well. It's just remakes after remakes after remakes. That's just a lot of what the past few years have been. The difference is that when you're remaking a game, because games can age poorly. You know, movies get aged poorly as well, but that's the same thing. That's a different thing. You know, it's all about like watching, kind of like understanding that. But like when you remake a game, like when you remake Resident Evil 4 or just Resident Evil in general, you're taking the game that has not been able to be played or experienced by a modern generation, and you're bringing that up, and you're modernizing the controls and being able to recapture that memory with like new gameplay aspects, and it becomes a new game in like a modern day with that OG story and concepts that was from the original. And when you do that with a show, you kind of gets lost. It gets lost when you're making that, especially with something like animation, because you're not able to appreciate the same craftsmanship of the animation. Like, obviously games have that too, where you can appreciate like the making of the game, but sometimes just the controls, you know, there's a difference being when it comes to watching something and playing something. And the same goes, because at the end of the day, I see a lot of people. There's some people that are hoping that the show's gonna be good. That's like the 80% of the people are just like, please don't suck, because last time this happened, it sucked. But then there's a lot of people. There's also like the 20%, or maybe like the 15% are saying like, oh my god, it looks so great. It reminds me of my childhood. All that type of shit. This is the same shit that Disney has been doing for the past few years now. Like, every fucking, like, live-action remake, it's the same shit, dude. Like, are we not learning our lessons? Are we really... I just don't get it. I don't get it. It's the same shit. At the end of the day, like, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter, like, what the skin tone of fucking Ariel was in The Little Mermaid. It was the same fucking story, except now it's in live action, and it's honestly a lesser version because of it, because it doesn't have the same whimsy as it. Same thing with Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, all these live action things, they just got so... They're just all the same shit, just lesser. No one's gonna rewatch the live action versions of any of this. No sane person, at least. Because at the end of the day, the original vision, the original art style is still there, and it always has been there. And that's what I gotta say about that. But what the fuck do I know, right? But I do want to hear what others have to say about this, because, you know, it's an interesting topic, and it's a show I'm very passionate about. It's a topic I'm very passionate about. I love animation, and I want to see more people get into animation. And we've been blessed to have so many amazing animations, both movies and like short films and shows. And I love animation, and I want people to appreciate it. And I just think there's a better way to do that rather than just remaking these beloved animations and animes and shows and TV shows and movies. There's a better way to do that rather than just make it live action. Because, in my opinion, that just seems kind of like a cop-out to me. But that's what I think. Let me know what you guys think. Also, thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. That is insane. And I can't thank you guys enough. But anyway, once again, thank you guys for watching. Take care.